Go ahead.
Hey y'all, this is TR McCoy coming at you with another video. This video is going to be a little different because we are in the car on our way to church. I really can't look into the camera, but it's Sunday morning, and the conversation we're going to have while we're taking this ride is the losing of loved ones.
The loss of loved ones.
The loss, the losing. Within the last 6 months, I've experienced the loss of my brother, a couple close friends, and it's like an emotional roller coaster. I'm still mourning the passing of my brother, which was less than 6 months ago. And then we lost a real close church member. Then we lost another church member. It's just been like, how can I say that? An ongoing, I don't want to say a trend, but it's been happening rapidly. It's been like, wow, this is happening too fast. People passing away that we know, that were friends of ours. You know what I mean? Associates. I even had a couple class members within the last 6 months. And the question is, how do you deal with
Loss.
the losing of the loss of a loved one that's happening, like, I don't want to say back to back, but it's like, it's just happening real fast. You know what I mean? You lose one today. You ever hear the phrase, here today, gone tomorrow? Well, it's been happening like that. Like, 1 minute they're here, and then the next minute you getting a phone call. If it wasn't been for the relationship I have with the Lord for me, I think it's enough to drive you crazy. Sister McCoy, what do you
That's
say?
Ella. We ain't at church.
Okay, well, Ella,
Yeah,
how do you feel about that? Because most of the people that I know, most of the people that I'm friends with, you were friends with too. And these are not just, some is family, some are friends, church family.
Well, like you said, hi y'all. It's your girl TR McCoy. Well, like you said, it's hard. Death is hard to deal with.
Period.
Whether you're a Christian or you're not a Christian, death hurts and it's hard to deal with. But I think because we're Christians, even though it hurts and it's hard, God, He brings us through it, you know, because Jesus had a chance to, not that He didn't know already, but because when He walked this earth as man and God,
right,
He experienced what we would experience going through deaths. That's why the Bible tells us that He's near to the brokenhearted. And so I think that's so true, because death is heartbreaking, you know. I mean, it's really, really heartbreaking. And when it's people that you're close to, it's another part of losing family, because when you've been friends with somebody for a long period of time,
hey, that's family.
It's family, you know, and it hurts the same, you know.
And it's inevitable. You can't duck and dodge it. It's
right.
going to happen. You
no
know,
matter
it's
what,
happen,
right?
No matter what.
I tell my kids all the time that we're born with two dates: a birth date and a death date, and neither one are you going to escape.
You're going to have no control.
You know, God is all-knowing. So he knows how you're going to die, how you're going to leave this earth, when you're going to leave this earth. Our job is to motivate those who don't know the Lord into getting to know the Lord, because I always feel like if I live right and I do right, not only am I going to see the Lord and, see Jesus and see God, I'm going to see those that have passed on, my loved ones and my friends again, So that's somewhat keeps me on the straight and narrow as I can be at this time until God move me further, to do much better. Because we all sin and fall short of the glory of God. So go ahead.
Just on that tip, when you saying when you have a relationship with God, I think it's easier on your loved ones to accept your death when they know that you're going to a better place.
Well, after they get over the heartbreak.
After they, but you're going to mourn, no doubt, we all mourn. But once they get over the mourning part, they know that you're going to a better place. You're not going to hell. You're not going nowhere else.
You're in a better place, right?
You're in a better place.
And another thing, when you have someone that's sick, that's suffering, at one point in your life, you praying that, we're praying that God will heal them and, whatnot. But when it gets to a point where you know that they are suffering, that prayer turns from, okay, God heal them, to God come and get them, take them home, because you don't want to see your loved ones suffering,
right.
So it's a lot. Death is a lot, but if you know the Lord, you're going to live again. If you accepted Christ as your Lord and Savior, you're going to live again. So at one point, when you don't know the Lord, you're scared to die. I don't want to go. I'm scared, But when you know the Lord,
you know where you're going.
You know where you're going. You're like, I'm ready. I'm ready, Lord. Come on and get me, because I'm ready. I don't want to stay here and deal with this mess, even to the things that's going on in the world now. You look at a lot of stuff that's happening now, and the way people are being treated, and, it's not good. It's not good. But like we saying, we're talking about death, and so we're talking about our demise, and the one thing we have to come to grips with is that we have a death date and a birth date, and we want to make sure that as we live our lives, we live it correctly, and we live it, to the glory of God, so that when we do leave this side and go on to glory, that we are doing and living our best life. That's the way I feel. We live in our best life. But to deal with it, I think God gives us a way to deal with it. Now, there's people that I have known that have lost family members that didn't deal with the passing well, and unalived or themselves, because they couldn't deal, or they just passed away from heartbroken, being heartbroken. And because it's real, and the pain is that sincere, that deep, I know when and I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but I know when I lost my daughter, I was in that dark place where, because grief is, when I tell you grief is deep, it's deep. And sometimes it's deeper than others. It's deeper than, like when I lost my mother, I thought that was the worst, that it couldn't get any worse than that. But when I lost my daughter, I felt like there was a knife in my heart that I couldn't get past, and it was like a dark, deep depression. But I'm telling you, God is real, because when I tell you that I prayed the at the end, because I went through it for like 3 months, and when at the end, when I really sincerely prayed and asked the Lord, like, either Lord take this pain or take me home with you, The next morning I woke up, the pain was gone. I kid you not. So I'm telling you, when you give it to God, when you give that hurt and that pain to God, he really comes along and he takes it. He fills that void. Not saying you're not going to miss your loved one. Not saying you're not going to have those days where you break down and cry. Not saying that, they're not going to be a memory in your life. They are. But he helps you to deal with it and go through it easier.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
So
we're just talking about things that we have experienced personally. So today I'm gonna make an effort. I'm gonna reach out to my brothers and sisters, because it's not guaranteed I'm gonna see him tomorrow. It's not guaranteed I'm gonna hear him tomorrow. So when I get home from church, I'm gonna make some phone calls. I'm gonna reach out to my family. Yo, what's up? Just checking in. You know what I mean? That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do.
Well, I stay in touch with mine, so.
Well, I stay in touch with mine, but not as much.
Well, I stay in touch. Mine stay in touch with me, okay? But it's good to stay in touch with your family. It's good to stay in contact. Even, let me tell you this real quick. I get on my kids' nerves. I do. They get on my nerves. They do. Sometimes they get on my nerves so bad. Get off my phone. I don't want to talk to you. Hang up the phone, and then 5 minutes later, I call them back, and I be like, so what you doing? My kids say, Mom, you crazy. Something wrong with you. No, I'm not crazy, but I don't know what the next breath is going to be, or if there will be a next breath. And you don't want to end a conversation, even if you're upset. You don't want that to separate you, or have to go through life saying we had an argument and so and so passed away, and now I'm carrying this guilt in my heart. No, get over it. Get over it, because guess what? Like he said, here today, gone tomorrow. Here today, gone today. You never know when your turn is coming, or when somebody else's. Right. Exactly. Death is not prejudice. So you want to stay on that path where you're speaking. If you're upset about something, get over it. It's really not that serious. It really isn't. If you have a thing where money causes you to break up with family, don't loan them. If you give them money, just give it to them, because you ain't expecting it back. If you get it back, ooh, they gave it back. But don't get yourself in situations where you don't have to, and you're going to lose a relationship with your family members just to be grieving if something happens to one of them. I don't do it, and I make sure my kids know. They already know I don't do it. I'll fuss you out and then turn around and call you back 5 minutes later and say, what you doing?
Come on over for dinner.
Well, I'm cooking such and such a day. Come on over. So, that's what you have to do. You have to change. If your life has been a adventure where you're falling out with your family, falling out with friends, you can still be. You don't have to. If you have friends that you don't, right. If you have friends that you can't deal with for whatever the reason, love them from a distance. If you see them, say hi. If you going through a beef with them, cut that beef short. It ain't worth it. Okay, it's not worth it. And then you got to go stand before the Lord. And what you gonna say when He say, "Well, what was that all about? That wasn't even important." Our focus should be on trying to make it to heaven for real right now. So I'm not gonna go into that, but it's time to get serious about the Lord, because people going, young, old, infants, they going fast, and that's because Jesus is on His way back, and rapture is coming. So get ready if you're not ready. All right, I'm not gonna hold y'all. We about to get up off of here. What you say, honey?
I'm gonna just say, y'all. Leave a comment. You know what I mean? If you want. Some people don't like to make comments, but leave a comment. How do you feel? Or at least
like the video and share it.
Like the video, share it, and like I always say, I love you, but God loves you more.
And I always say, if negativity comes knocking at your door, what do? Send it back to where it came from. It doesn't belong to you. Only good vibes over here. Y'all stay blessed, stay safe, stay warm, because it is freezing out here. And just continue to be blessed. All right? Have a good day.
Peace out, y'all.
Love. God bless.